Recently, I've been going through some Advantedge Lightbars that I've picked up and hadn't looked at. So this one came to me like this. I wasn't really sure what was in it. It was reported to have a center traffic clearing light, which I was kind of didn't really believe that claim, but I was curious what it meant. You couldn't really tell what was inside of it from any of the pictures when I bought it. I could see this lens structure. I thought that center rotator from one of the pictures was a flasher or a stationary light. Through the lenses in one of the pictures where it was offered for sale, it almost kind of looked like this, or a directional lamp, even if it was halogen, would make the bar somewhat interesting. What we ended up with is this: 6 of the deep dish generation 2 rotators flanking a center 7th deep dish surrounded by mirrors. So 3 on each side. They're the Gen 2. There's the middle with the mirrors totally surrounding it. It's an interesting setup. It's a lot of rotators. And there becomes a point of diminishing returns with halogen rotators where that middle rotator might as well have been a mirror at some point. Just a lot of rotators. So I got about fixing it up. And when it was actually working, this is what we had. It is interesting. It works. Once I stopped the rotators from hitting each other because of their bases being unbalanced, I put new lenses on it. I went with candy cane. We'll call them glued. They haven't been glued yet. They've just been cut and sanded to fit gluing. I think they're going to need polished before they get glued together. It doesn't have bad light output. It's a pretty attention-getting bar. You can switch all the rotators independently, and it puts out some light. I just can't help but wonder, though, if 7 total rotators is any better than, say, 5, with 2 of them being replaced by mirrors, or 4 and a center option, or even 3 or 2. I think can be pretty effective. I did candy cane the back with amber. Traditionally, a lot of candy cane places would just go red clear front and back, but because the back of the clear center was blacked out, I decided to stay with the no clear to the rear policy, and I put it together that way. So I'm pretty happy with it. So here's same generation rotators, same center option, but we've deleted 4 total rotators. You've replaced 2 rotators on each side with step mirrors. You still get pretty good light output, and you've deleted a large chunk of the rotating assemblies. More than half have been removed, and you still get a pretty good amount of output. This was actually designed for like an ambulance or a low amp draw setting, but they were advertised around the same time as the XL 5000s with the same setup, the fast center, the 2 outer slows, and the step mirrors, but still somewhat effective. And here is a view of 2 rotators flanking diamond mirrors. Different generation rotators, and here they are flanking flashers. Same number of spots taken up, but in my opinion, just as, if not more effective. And you don't have that middle rotator, which is a failure point, clunking around. It just seems silly to me to put a 5 and 6 rotator in those center positions. It just doesn't seem to be worth it. Rotators are prone to failure. Why add? So, and here is 2 rotators. 2 rotators bouncing off some very non-angled mirrors because the bar is full of strobes, full of other options, yet even these two rotators give sufficient light output. And that mirror on the side of the strobes does give some additional output of its own. And here we have a bar we've seen recently, which is 4 rotators, no mirrors. Yeah, flashers and steady burn, but you're still getting some flashback off of the mirroring on the side of the stationary lights and off the reflective surfaces on the inside of the center. So what am I going to do next? I think I'm going to tear this apart. This is my overloaded mini Advantedge. It isn't wired. It needs to be wired. It's got a lot of cool bells and whistles, but it really needs to be officially wired. So more to come. Thanks for watching.